That I'm so logo Tayo finna get Rich Maniac tatted on my no damn right get Rich Maniac tatted on my face. I'm talking about like right here though.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy onesevv back again with another video. I just recorded this video already and I realized that I was not recording my audio from my mic. It's turned on, yes, but I didn't press start recording. So therefore I had to do all this over again. But I love y'all a lot. And I got very good feedback on my last yapping video. So I thought maybe I can bring you another yap video. Quick intermission, or before we get started into the topic of today's video. I did injure myself pretty badly in my chest and my back. I don't know if I pulled a muscle or strained a muscle or something of that sort, but it's horrible. And it's been going on for a few months, but I kept like pushing through it and thugging through it and stuff like that. But I think recently my body has finally gave up. So that's why there's been a decrease on the gym content and stuff like that, because like even if I try to like do my legs or probably like some biceps or triceps, something other than my chest and back, it just hurts so bad. Like any type of activation in my chest and my back hurts so bad. And like I was trying to thug through it, but me and my parents just decided it would be better if I just stopped and like let my body heal before I go off to college. So when I get there, I can just be prepared and 100%. Instead of me just keep destroying myself, and then I get there, I'm like behind in a way, which just sucks because I feel like I'm gonna lose some results because I'm just sitting around resting. But I guess it's needed because my body needs to heal. And I can't gain nothing if I'm constantly destroying myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll make sure I show y'all some pictures and all that stuff. I had to go to the ER because the pain got so bad and all that stuff. So it was a little situation, but we still good. We still rocking and rolling, still thugging. But yeah, to today's topic of learning how to be alone and why I think everyone should generally go through being alone at least once in their life, is a skill. I look at it as a skill that everyone needs to develop on how to be by yourself. You know what I mean? Because truly, you can have all the friends in the world, all the money in the world, all the girls in the world. You can have everything, but no one's or anything is going to be there for you like how you can be there for yourself. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to develop that self love and that self comfort to where you don't need to depend on anyone except for yourself. You know what I mean? Learn how to be dependent for yourself. And this was a challenge I've recently had to overcome. If y'all didn't know, I went through a breakup probably like 6 or 7 months ago. So it was a really harsh breakup, I should say, and really like it just happened out of nowhere type of thing. And I went from talking to a person every day for like 2 years and a half, I should say, to having like no one to talk to. It was like my best friend. You know what I mean? Granted, I did have other friends and other best friends and close friends, but it still took a huge toll on me and my mental health and all that type of stuff. And during this time period, I was, I guess, depressed would be the word. I was just very sad, very sick, very unmotivated. I was just, you know what I mean? And like I said, I had friends and stuff like that, but I lost like my best of friends, so I really felt like I had nothing. And then I became very distant with all my other friends because certain little stuff was happening, and my mind just wasn't in the right mental space to be around a lot. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, we're all surrounded by distractions. We got the social media. I mean, where we're constantly swiping on, constantly looking at TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and any other media platform. Then you got friends, family. Um, you have partying, drinking, girls, all that type of stuff. And I feel like we all know that it's distracting us, but we like it because it's keeping us away from our true self. You know what I mean? Or it's keeping us away from the battles or fighting in our head that no one knows about. You know what I mean? But during this time, And I could also shout out to my cousin. His name is Taj. He actually was a big help during this time as well because when you go through a breakup, especially for guys, I know your first thought is like, "Fuck it, bro. I'm single. I can just go attack a lot of girls. Not actually attack, but get out there a lot of girls. To kind of like replace that void in a way." But my cousin Taj actually helped me and motivated me and encouraged me to just take the time out for myself. And that's what I did. And I generally think it was the most beautiful and greatest thing that happened to me so far in my life. Because before this breakup and before just really being by myself, I've always been that type of guy to like, I'm not really in the way or in the mix. I've always been by myself type thing. But I was never truly alone. Even if I felt lonely or felt like I didn't belong or somewhere, anything of that nature, I wasn't truly alone. You know what I mean? I always had a distraction, something to take my mind off. And granted, I do feel like some distractions are healthy distractions, but scrolling on TikTok and sitting in your bed all day and doing nothing is not a good way to distract your brain from any type of mental health issue. You know what I mean? Especially when you're really, really depressed. I mean, just sitting around doing nothing, scrolling on TikTok is not healthy for you at all. So yeah, during this time, I just agreed to made a promise to myself, like, I'm not just gonna be the typical boy after a breakup and just go try to get with 100,000 women and do this and that with everybody. I genuinely had to take out some time to put in work by myself. Now, like I said, I did have friends. I was in a friend group, all that stuff. But when all this stuff was happening, I just wasn't in the right mental space. So I got ready to redistance. So, boom, there goes one distraction. And as far as like social media, I'm on there, but I'm not like overly on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not OC. Like I can easily, cut off my social medias and be fine. So it'll be a lot of periods where I was disabling my accounts or deleting Instagram or whatever app. Yeah, I mean just to lock in on myself. And truly, when you become lonely and alone, you generally find out who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Because when you're waking up and you don't have nothing to distract your mind, all you can do is go look at the man in the mirror and just talk to him. You know what I mean? Generally, like, I would just not physically look in the mirror, but when I'm just sitting there, I'm just having a constant talk with myself. And I feel like that talk is like very needed because like I know sometimes when I go through my days I'm making like little notes to myself, but I never really just sat down and have a conversation with myself. You know what I mean? I know I'm onesevv, but I didn't know like who Kyron was. You know what I mean? Like I kind of lost that identity throughout my years of my life because I'm just surrounded by everything else. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I was always myself, but it was like I didn't know myself, if that makes sense. Like hopefully y'all can get where I'm coming at with that. Like I know I always been myself. I'm not no follower or nothing like that, but it was like when you're with someone for so long, especially 2 years and a half, and you're surrounded by all these friends, and like I'm not the type of person to hang around with everybody all day, but when you hang around them enough, sometimes you truly do lose who you are. So when that breakup happened, and I had no choice but to be by myself, I truly could step back and just see who I am. And for a lot of people that's scared to take that step, I just encourage you to go figure out who you are. Go be alone. Don't, I swear, the friends aren't going nowhere. The girls aren't going nowhere. The money is going to be waiting for you. They're printing it every day. The money's getting printed every day. I mean, you can always wake up and chase some money, but you're not going to be able to control those things or be able to even obtain those things if your mental space is not where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Or even if you get it, you're going to lose it like this because your mental's not going to be where it needs to be. And I think during that time frame when I broke up, well, not when I broke up, when I went through a breakup, a lot of bad stuff was happening to me because my negative thoughts were truly exposed. You know what I mean? Like they were truly like I couldn't hide from it no more. You know what I mean? I couldn't hide the thoughts. It's just me and my thoughts were truly exposed. So that's why like a lot of bad karma and I feel like was coming to me. And yes, I believe in stuff like karma and universal laws and there's some things you just shouldn't do. And There was some things that I just shouldn't have done, and it came back and bit me. And when you're going through that process, when you're alone, there's no one to call on, no one to run to, except for yourself. And that's why I feel like it's so beautiful, is because although yes, I am the one that damaged myself and self-sabotage myself in certain ways, I was able to depend on myself, and I got myself out of that situation. Now, I'm not saying no one helped me. Like I said, my cousin helped me. I was able to vent to my best friend and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you're going through something like that, it's like sometimes you feel like those people aren't there for you. All you can do is turn to yourself, and that's where that self confidence comes. That self love. That's where those type of traits come out, and where you can really truly be the greatest form of yourself when you really learn how to take care of yourself and not look to all these distractions and stuff to, you know, help you out and stuff like that. Yeah, I bet to like not help you out and stuff like that. And and a lot of you guys may be wondering like, so what were you doing when you were by yourself? The same thing that I was doing when I was with my friends. You know what I mean? You want to go get some food? Go up, get it by yourself. You know what I mean? Go get the food by yourself. Go to the arcade by yourself. Go shoot around by yourself. Go do your workouts by yourself. You know what I mean? Just get used to this being by yourself. You know what I mean? And during this time of being by yourself, you're gonna really see who's really there for you and who's really not. You know what I mean? When I was going through this, I generally remember who was checking up on me, who said what, who generally was there, who can I call on if I was really at my breaking point. You know what I mean? And you just learn how to cherish those people, because you know how like that what you're going through is so bad, you can only imagine what someone else can be going through. And since they're just so willing to help you, you just don't want to let those type of people go. You know what I mean? Because everyone's fighting their own battles. But when you're going through that struggle and people know you're going through that struggle and they know they're going through a struggle, but they're still taking time out their day to check up on you and stuff like that, make sure you keep those people around, because those are really good people. You know what I mean? But anyways, like I was saying, you gotta learn how to do everything by yourself. I would get up, I would journal, I would vent to myself. I would go on walks, just learning yourself. Just go try stuff. Just go try new stuff and see what you like. Because it was a time period I didn't really know what I liked. You know what I mean? All I like to do is just sit in my room and do nothing. But that's not healthy. You know what I mean? Get up, go get some sunlight. Go on a run, take a nice jog, go read a new book. You know what I mean? Go find a new hobby. Maybe try and like tap into your creative side. Start drawing or crafting stuff. Just go try stuff when you're alone, because then that's how you really feel. Okay, I like to do this. All right, now I don't really mess with that much. And really help gain your own self identity, to where you go through any situation, any relationship, and just anything in life. All right, this is what I like. This is what I'm not going to do. You're going to develop maybe a new moral code for yourself. I'm not going to go past this point. I'm not going to accept this from this type of people, because you have yourself. So if all fails and everyone stop messing with you, or you lose this and that, all right, I can recuperate and bring myself back up. So that's why I'm really just encouraging y'all people, just go be alone. I swear it's the most peaceful thing. Oh, that's another thing I didn't even talk about. It's so peaceful. You don't have no external noises. You know what I mean? And once you can learn how to cope and deal with those internal thoughts and quiet those down, even if it's just a little bit, with the addition of no external noises, things just start becoming easier. You can drag yourself out the mud just a little bit easier. You have an extra little strength to this for yourself. No one can get in your way or ruin your mood. You're not going to be dependent on nothing or no one. You know what I mean? Because realistically, who all do you have except for yourself? Like, genuinely think to yourself. Like, I want y'all to sit down and think, like, all right, if this happens right now, all fails, who can I call on? And you might think it's some certain people and blah, blah, blah. But then you start noticing, these certain people come with certain conditions. If I'm not here, they're not there. Like, when I'm down here, there's no one I can call on. And like I said, if there is, you gotta cherish them, because those people are very rare. And I genuinely started to notice that, you know what I mean? And it helped me mature so much. It helped me just take interest in life. You know what I mean? Before that, I was like, I wouldn't say I was a dead soul or no nothing dark like that, but it's not much I really care for, nothing much I cherish or value. You know, I was just going through life, just like I'm just going through life. You know what I mean? Not really thinking. You know what I mean? But when I became alone and realized you can lose it all, and I was taking stuff for granted and stuff like that. Even myself, I was taking myself for granted. You know what I mean? And not really giving my props on being a decent human in life. You know what I mean? Not saying I never did nothing wrong, or not saying I won't do anything wrong, but I'm not that bad of a human. But I never really gave myself the props to do it. And you know, another thing I would recommend when you're going through this alone process is have daily affirmations. You know, I got these bracelets on that says faith, one says hope, comes with crosses and stuff like that. And I just got them, but I've been wearing them every day just so when I look down at myself, you know, I know like I have to keep going. I have to keep faith in my God and keep hope within myself and what I do and my work and you know stuff like that, just to give myself a little pat on the back, you know what I mean, or just to give myself the extra motivation, you know. And that's another thing. If you guys believe in God or any religion or anything, whatever you believe in, whatever, just pray or meditate, you know, turn everything off, sit down by yourself, close your eyes, envision the life you want to live, envision the emotions you want to experience, envision, just envision everything. Just try to really plan out your life. You know what I mean? Take note of the thoughts you're having. You know what I mean? Really listen to those thoughts and really think like, are these my thoughts or is this just a thought coming from a dark place? You know what I mean? Or just a thought just because I'm happy? You know, really take note of all these things because when you start recognizing patterns and rhythms within these thoughts and all that type of stuff, that's how you can start. All right, well, I know when I do this, it's going to trigger this thought. When I do this, or when something like this happens to me, it triggers that. That's how you know to cut it off. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I really inspire y'all to, you know, just go be alone, keep faith, pray, meditate, talk out to the universe, start going, start doing good deeds. Oh shit. Start doing good deeds. Start doing good deeds. Oh, that's such a tongue twister. You know, you see a homeless person, give them $1. Help out a kid, you know, help the old lady carry something to her car. Like just little stuff like that, just to reward yourself. I know it's, you know, you're helping other people and which you should, which we all should help others, but it gives yourself like something to be proud of, you know, especially when you're alone. You feel like, fuck, there's nothing to even, you know, there's nothing to care for. There's nothing that is worth living for. But when you're doing like little stuff like that and realize your contribution to the world, it generally gives you something to be proud of for and look forward to. And it just helps you get through your day. It just makes things a lot smoother, you know? So I encourage everyone to cut all the distractions out. Go be alone. Go figure out what you like. Go work towards something. Keep faith. Keep going. And just take that journey. It's all a journey. We're all going through life. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. The next man not perfect. You know, no one's perfect. No one has the answer to this. But little things like this can help you live a little easier, live a little better. You know what I mean? How things be smooth sailing. And like they say, no sailor ever became a great sailor. Wait, what's that? No sailor. A calm sea never made a great sailor. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I'm in the video just like that. Take that quote, break it down, think about what it means, and go be great. Love y'all boys, man.